Go, go, Gadget. Some guy and John back at the Imperial.
Back at the Imperial.
I'm Guy.
You're some guy, I'm John.
Tonight we saw...
Oh, just the two of us, by the way.
Yes.
We went on a mandate.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But that's okay. It's been a little bit, not since Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell was the last one.
Yeah, the last one that was some guy and John that was actually just some guy and John. Other than that, we have our posse, our entourage.
One of the last times we disagreed.
Oh, Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah, which made it better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, this is why it's... And we keep coming up with new betweens, like... Ghost in the Shell was between good and great.
Okay.
Something else was between great and fantastic. Yeah.
I thought it was good. I gave you good.
I didn't want to go with great.
No.
I needed that, but yeah.
No. But that's okay. This tonight we got some apey goodness.
Yeah,
Well, it's apes.
We got me being glad I didn't have a light on my watch because I would have checked it too.
As long as there's apes involved, there's going to be something good.
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said, "Oh, I hated this." No, there's apes involved, man. I'm okay with that. We saw some very young, familiar faces.
Yeah.
Well, not familiar faces, familiar characters, because the face didn't match.
No, not at all.
At all. Enough messing around. Enough horsing around. Let's ape around. Like ape shit.
Yeah, let's not run around like a bunch of monkeys.
We saw War for Planet of the Apes, which is the third in the trilogy now.
Yeah.
The trilogy that got us started with the James Franco movie. And I like that movie.
Trying to cure Alzheimer's.
I like John Lithgow played the dad.
Yeah, no, it was a good scientific way to bring it about.
I dug that movie. It was a fun, creative way, right?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Like, this is why they're so smart.
Yeah, this is why they're so smart, and this is how this thing killed off everybody on the planet, because the first guy to have it was a fucking airline pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Tasty beverage. But I think this is finished off the trilogy.
Yeah.
Before we
finished off Caesar's story.
Yeah, but I mean,
before we loop back down to the original.
Essentially, yeah, this just leads into the original in like what 20 years?
Well, in the time frame of
Do
the
the
movie,
math.
yeah.
Do the math on some of our characters. 20 years? Some of our characters that we meet that are actually that were characters in the original.
Spoilers, but yeah, slight. But
I would say 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years from now.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, the next one will be 10 or 20 years because these are like.
Well, these are 15 years after.
Yeah, 15 years and then like a year or two after the last one.
Yeah.
And again, for some reason, just like the original movies, the whole world is just one part of it.
Yeah.
It's just one part. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Never mind all those isolated tribes in Africa that would never encounter people who fly on planes, or the Amazon, or Siberia too, I'm guessing. China as well. Yeah.
Also, the original 68, Charlton, that's, I mean, he essentially on horseback, he makes it to Manhattan.
Yeah.
But this one, just like just like all three in the trilogy, California,
and then they travel across Nevada. I'm guessing because they go across the desert.
I guess so. That's got to be
because they went up to the northern border. Then I think they came back down through the forest. I don't think they went north.
They went up.
You don't go north to go to the desert.
Through Marin and north and north. Because I mean, they start in San Francisco. They start like
they start
in the Bay Area.
Yeah, they start outside of San Francisco, but
and I think they just keep moving north.
Yeah, but is there a desert north?
No, east. Southeast.
Southeast. You have to come back south.
You have to come back southeast. I mean, you got to be. I don't think there's a desert in Oregon.
No, I don't think so.
But I mean, they make like the border with California seem like it's the border between North and South Korea in this movie. That seems like they seriously.
It was a detention center and a weapons.
I know, but I mean, they really like over dramatize the fact that there's a border. You're at the California border. I'm like, you know what? I've been up to that border. It's a lot more pleasant than most people would like to believe. So I don't know, but they make it look really scary.
Yeah,
They do.
The lawless.
It's lawless.
Yeah.
I mean, it all kind of looks like North Korea.
Oh, hit up the IBD synopsis so we can just do general thoughts. Cause
Yeah, that's a good
this
idea.
one might be kind of quick.
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see. But let's start with what IMDb has to say. After the apes suffer unimaginable losses, Caesar wrestles with his darker instincts and begins his own mythic quest to avenge his kind. Which really doesn't lead into a lot of specifics. No, about the movie we just saw. I mean, not really. I mean, it's the overall basic story, but I don't know. I still went in kind of blind. I had an idea, but I went in kind of blind. I do remember the last one vaguely, but I didn't really know exactly what to expect with this one.
Yeah.
But I knew it was the end of the trilogy. I mean, this is their Jedi.
Yeah.
This is it. Their empire wasn't so empire. It was okay. But this is their Jedi.
The Empire wasn't even an empire.
Oh, blasphemy.
No, it was. Their empire wasn't an empire.
No, it wasn't. It was, but they have their trilogy.
Yeah.
Now this is their final chapter, I think. I mean, unless this movie makes a ton of money, which it looks like it's on the roll to be, because IMDb gives it
full. It was full tonight. We had to sit in the second row.
Yeah. It was packed. I didn't think it was going to be that busy.
If this was an actual date, it would have been horrible because first our food got fucked up. We had shitty seats.
Yeah. It was pretty not great.
I was kind enough after I got your message to not walk right in front of people during the opening battle scene again, though.
I'm in the second row.
I was like, I saw this. I know when I can cross it. It's not right now because good shit's happening.
Yeah.
Damn it.
As soon as it gets slow.
I'm just going to stand over here with an icy stuck in my top pocket.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing me my icy.
No problem.
I'm stuck on the other side of the theater. Come find me. Help. I can see you, thankfully, but that theater, man, I don't know. I'm becoming less and less a fan of that theater.
We went for the dinner.
Good point. Good point. Yeah. But anyway, going in, this is your second time seeing this movie. I went in fresh.
Like I told John, the opposite happened usually. I see a movie the second time, it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
This time it was a little more flawed. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that did happen like that. Fuck. Oh, okay. That too, huh? Shit. It looks good. The music's really
good. The CGI is phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's really awesome.
Yeah.
They've only gotten better and better with how they do the apes.
I'd say seamless.
It's pretty much there. I mean, it's a real hard separation between what's real and what's CGI in this.
Because
it's really good.
There was one part where somebody had ice on their face, and I was like,
"Is that real ice?"
No. The first thing I thought was, is that like plastic glued onto the mask? Wait, that's not a mask. Shit.
Right.
That looks good.
That was made in a computer.
Yeah.
The basic plot line is that Caesar is holed up in the woods where we left him last time.
Yeah.
And his band of apes.
And they're fighting.
Yeah. There's factions between the apes, kind of.
Yeah.
There's the apes that are like want to help the humans. And
they were with Koba from the last one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then there's Caesar's apes, and they're all just fighting for survival, hoping to figure out a way to get out of the woods and go someplace where the humans won't find them.
They don't want to fight to win. They want to fight to escape and just live.
Right, exactly.
They don't want to exterminate the humans that want
to
exterminate.
They're not trying to exterminate the humans. They just want to get the hell out and find someplace where the humans won't bother them. And clearly, the Mirror Woods, where they would shoot Return of the Jedi, was not good enough.
No,
the humans kept wanting it back. Close. I'm sorry, was that too specific? The Redwoods were just, the woods north of the Bay Area were just unfortunately too dangerous. The humans kept coming across.
They didn't want to share with the Ewoks.
No, not happening. Yeah. So the idea being is that Caesar is going to lead them away, but before that's possible, one of the few human attacks, special forces style, sneak in an attempt to wipe him out, as he is the leader of this, of these apes.
Wait, now we're in the spoilers, though.
No, I'm going to stop it short.
Okay.
I'm going to stop it short. The idea being, I'll give you one little spoiler, but stop it short and set up the actual motivation for the actual movie, because the movie doesn't really start until this first attack. When we first meet Woody Harrelson, the movie doesn't really start.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. They're in exactly the same place where they've been, and it's the same, ape versus human fighting.
Yeah.
There's really no plot really going yet.
The opening fight is really good though.
The action's really good. The
action's
CGI is really
good.
good.
It's really
That
smooth.
is really good. But the movie doesn't start for like 20 minutes.
It's got your little bit of touch of Horrors of War.
Yeah, but they drag it out for 20 minutes before the story actually goes anywhere.
Yeah.
The story doesn't start until Woody Harrelson. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that
I
Woody
still
Harrelson.
think it should have been Matthew
either
McConaughey.
one of them.
You know what? Just because of fucking Rain of Fire and his bald-headed, shaved, crazy guy leading a military group, it should have been Matthew McConaughey.
I could see that. Woody Harrelson drops in. He is the leader of the humans who want to exterminate the apes, kill the apes, and obviously he has everything to gain if Caesar is killed. So him and a small band of humans,
Four
or five, something like that.
Yeah.
Sneak in an effort to assassinate Caesar. Instead, they clip his wife and son, and then Woody Harrelson escapes, but not before Caesar gets a look at him, and they swap eyes.
Yep.
And then Woody Harrelson scampers away, and then now it's okay. We gotta go. We need to leave this area.
Now,
Caesar, his wife, and child were murdered.
Yeah.
Now is a good time to leave. So they all start packing up the shit to leave, and Caesar says, "Not me. I got a score to settle." Essentially,
This is
personal.
This happened. Well, no.
This time it's for blood. It's some bullshit like that.
Yeah. Well, this is slightly spoiler, but it's the first 20 minutes. It's the start. It's the start of the movie. Which, honestly, for the Planet of the Apes, doesn't have all that much war.
No,
not at all.
For a movie with a title that actually has the word war in it, it was actually kind of short on the war.
It threw it up front really quick, but that was more like a skirmish.
Yeah.
And what I liked,
it was 30 guys on 30 guys. It was like, it's not really a war. That's a war in like when you're in grade school and you and your buddies are gonna fight some other kid, his buddies. Like, it's a war. No, it's
it was more like when
it's half a dozen idiots in a hallway.
It was more like when the jocks pick on the nerds who were ready for the fight, because the soldiers got their fucking asses kicked.
Yeah, but of course,
hard. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you have to see the Ewoks.
Yeah.
Eventually win. They're the underdogs.
Yeah.
They're gonna have the bows and arrows and shit. So that's essentially what was going on at the beginning. But but everyone's gonna take off anyway.
Yeah.
The humans are coming across. They're getting stronger in numbers.
Yeah.
And then the apes are like, we need to get the fuck out. And Caesar's like, no, I'm gonna stay behind. I need to avenge my wife and child.
I'm gonna lead them away. The soldiers will follow me. He'll follow me.
Yeah, they'll follow me.
So you guys can escape.
All right.
Which,
we'll get
sends
into
us off on an adventure.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you. That's what the story only really begins.
It only starts.
That's what I'm saying. The story only really begins when Caesar's, wife and kid get clipped.
Yeah.
By Woody Harrelson of all people. So, the first 20 minutes, it's good action scenes, but nothing's fucking happening. Plot-wise, nothing happens.
Yeah. It's just a fight and then talking about what they're going to do.
Yeah, and then it's just, it's a lot of like, well, we're worried, we're scared, we're worried, it's just a big reminder in case everybody doesn't remember the last one, because it came out when? What was that? 2013?
I think so, 4 or 5 years ago.
4 or 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, it takes that long for all the stuff to compile.
Yeah, I guess that's true, yeah. There's a lot of CGI that needs to get done.
Yeah.
So the story only really gets going when Woody Harrelson comes in and clips Caesar and the kid.
I think we should just jump into spoilers.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Because at that point, it's the plan is it kind of goes awry.
Yeah, completely.
They're gonna follow me.
Yeah.
They're not gonna follow you guys. You guys make a break for it.
Yeah.
They're gonna follow me. Well, okay. What happens? Oh, that's right. The exact opposite fucking happens.
Yeah.
The camp, the humans, well, they move.
They're
mobile.
Yeah.
So rather than being exactly where Caesar is hoping to go find them, they have since gone after the whole big horde of apes and killed some of them.
Yeah.
Taking the bulk of them captive, inexplicably.
Turned them into slaves.
Oh yeah, turned them into slaves. Inexplicably at first, you have no idea why, because you're thinking, hey, these are all the guys that want to kill all the apes. So why the hell?
What are they making them build? What are they
Right,
making them work on?
you said it.
Yeah.
So Caesar goes and finds a little girl.
Kills her dad.
Kills her dad.
Straight up just murders his
Just
dad.
shoots him in the fucking head.
He was going to shoot him, so...
Well, yeah, he was. But, he wasn't a soldier. He was living in a shack with his daughter.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere. Like, just minding his own business. But he sees a bunch of apes roll up.
With guns.
With guns.
Yeah.
So Caesar's like, I'm dropping this bitch.
Yeah.
So down he goes. And now they're stuck with this little girl who's just so innocent, who can't talk.
Yeah, because...
She can't talk.
There were so many knots in this movie.
Yeah.
I did not like them.
Remember the virus? Yeah.
The virus that wiped out all of humanity that every human being has.
Right.
Has now mutated.
Yep.
And is starting to turn humans into...
Essentially apes. Essentially apes.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't speak. Their higher reasoning and higher intelligence is like fades away.
Except for hers, because somehow she knows sign language.
She picks up sign language somehow.
Yeah.
I guess because she's so young? Maybe?
I guess, or she might have known it before. I don't know.
That could be. That could be.
Yeah, she might have just been mimicking, but yeah, it was...
that could be. But yeah, she kind of picks it up.
Yeah.
But she picks it up from the apes, and the apes are kind of like her adopted family now.
And then we have our only glimpse into the rest of the world outside of that when we meet the ape that's dressed as like a human that came from a zoo, which was
Steve Zahn. Or Zane or Zahn? Zahn? It is Zahn.
Yeah,
right?
it's Zahn. I picked up on him when he was saying no.
Yeah, me too, yeah. I was like, oh, that's Steve Zahn.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is the comic relief? And he's pretty funny.
And not purposely.
No, it's
just
not.
because of how he used to live, and he grew up in a zoo, and he could speak English from hearing people talk to him all the time. So
he knows the term bad ape.
Yeah, he's almost kind of like like a quirky Cuban child, but he's just fucking great. Like he was literally all the laughs in the whole movie, but not for he wouldn't do something stupid on purpose to get a laugh.
No,
it was just in his character.
Yeah, he was just funny.
Like he shows up and they have this big reveal. I know you saw it.
What? Which
coming a mile away that he was an ape.
Oh yeah.
When they were like, because I saw you look around, turn your head, and they're not showing this guy's face.
Right, it's for a reason.
Ever. Yeah.
Like he's got this hood because they're in the snow. Yeah. So somebody's got this hood, this parka on.
Yeah.
But they're not showing the face for a reason, and we don't even really see the hands.
Yeah. Well, the hands have gloves on.
Yeah, the hands have gloves on. Yeah. Okay, but we're not showing the face for a reason. My money's on Ape.
Well, I say it'll work on most people because he's dressed up.
Yeah, exactly.
He has all this stuff on. And
you're right.
You see all the apes with all the stuff on. Then when they you could totally tell when they cornered him in his place and he threw out all the stuff.
Yeah.
And he's bowing down like that, kind of the way you see apes do.
He bows down, he obeys, he grovels.
And he lifts up his head and you're like, oh shit.
Oh, it's an ape.
Okay, cool. And then it's like, don't touch my stuff.
Don't touch my stuff. He's kind of a packworm.
Yeah.
He used to live in a zoo. Now he's out in the wilderness by himself, but he picked up English.
Yeah.
So he can kind of talk in a broken way.
Yeah.
Very,
And he does not know sign language, which adds to
doesn't know sign language.
Adds to a little bit of humor.
Right, which is great because all the other apes know sign language.
Yeah.
Even if they can't speak, they know sign language. Yeah. He doesn't know sign language, but he can talk.
Yeah.
So he's very like, what are you talking? What does that mean?
What?
What?
Yeah.
Caesar, what did he say? Yeah. So it's kind of a fun little monkey wrench.
Yeah.
Excuse the term. Thrown in there where here's an ape who doesn't know sign language, but he can talk. Just for fun. And that's okay. I enjoyed that part of it.
Yeah.
Steve Zahn's character, the Yoda or Dobby or Smeagol, whatever you want to call him, but it was really funny.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he was great. I was happy with him. A good comic relief.
I think he was my favorite character. One of my favorite characters. One of my favorite parts was when he falls and he's like, "I'm okay."
Yeah,
I love it because that's like a classic comedy bit,
Yeah,
I'm okay.
Oh, I'm okay.
Look at this cool stuff. Look at this. I'm okay.
Oh, I fell down. Oh, I'm okay. Yeah, and then after picking up the little girl, Caesar and three of his buddies. Because they volunteered to go along with him.
Oh, and they made it a point to have the only white ape betray all of them?
Oh, of course.
Of course.
So Winter.
Winter.
You're thinking of Winter.
Yeah.
The ape's character's name is Winter.
Yeah, who appeared out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, yeah, don't remember Winter. But whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of betrays them and tells them where they are, Tells the humans where the apes' camp is. But anyway, Caesar finally comes across the humans, who at this point have captured all the apes, all of his apes, his tribe, and kind of imprisoned them in this, what was this, a weapons depot?
It was a detention facility for viral victims, and before that it was a weapons depot.
Before that, okay, so it used to be for humans who were afflicted with the disease that was killing them.
The simian flu.
Simian flu, right.
Yeah.
But prior to that, it was a weapons depot somewhere along the northern California border.
Yeah.
But it's in the middle of winter, so it's actually cold, it's actually snowing, and it looks like fucking North Korea up there.
Yeah, and it was... And Steve Zahn's character, again, gives his coat to the little girl because she's cold.
Right.
And then the next day they go out for exploring and he's got a vest on with a fucking beanie and boots. He was so
He kind
cool.
of looks adorable.
He was so fucking cool.
Kind of looks adorable.
Yeah. He gives a thumbs up. He's like, all right, let's go.
All right, let's go. Thumbs
I'm
up.
ready.
I'm ready. I've got a vest on.
Yeah.
Woohoo. Caesar gets captured. He gets thrown in the camp too because he gets a little too close to the camp. And then there's the big issue of how are we going to break out of this prison? And why is everybody captured and not dead?
Yeah.
Why are they all?
It turns out they're making the apes fortify the walls of the camp.
Right, because the walls of the camps are. The wall of the camp is going to defend against the bigger, larger human army that doesn't like Woody Harrelson and his guys.
Because Woody Harrelson kills all the people who succumb to the new mutated virus.
Right. The new mutated virus makes you a simpleton, takes away your
and he kills him
ability to speech. So he kills him. He says, we got to cut off the virus here, so we're going to start wiping them out.
Yeah, in a horrible way, he's right.
Yeah, he's right.
He's going about it the wrong way.
Yeah, he's kind of going about it
like
terrible way.
Hey, is anybody sitting here? That looks like someone's coat, maybe?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Want to move over there?
Yeah.
I'll sit on his lap.
Yeah, let's move over there.
We'll do that. We'll move spots.
Thanks, guys.
I didn't think you guys were ever going to have to sit down.
Well, we thought that was shy.
You guys are so polite and shy.
Oh, you guys are still recording.
Yeah.
Oh, always. That's why we'll give it up. They're the bigger crew. There we are. Alrighty, we have vacated, but gone to cushier seats.
The fun of doing that
So
live.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
This is our second, third tertiary spot.
Hey, that's fine. I'll take it.
Yeah.
So, what's going on then? Might as well just watch the movie, right?
Yeah, we just watched it, but that's the thing is...
Yeah, but the whole idea is I couldn't figure out why they weren't killing him. Why is this wall so important? They kept saying, well, the wall is important because we have to protect against the bigger human army that wants to kill me because I'm killing all the infected people.
Yeah.
And they don't like that. But I'm doing the right thing. And he's like this really like pseudo Colonel Kurtz. He's even a colonel.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson's the character. He's even a colonel, but he's bald. He's a little nutty.
Yeah, well, that's why I should have said it should have been Matthew McConaughey, because he was...
Hey, you might as well get Brando.
It was Rain of Fire.
You might as well get Brando.
Oh, they even did that in the tunnels underneath where they
Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
Was written in one of the tunnels.
And another one
underneath
was This Way Out of Hell. Yeah.
Very much the kind of shit you'd see like graffitied on some wall in the movie Apocalypse Now.
Unfortunately, too perfect.
Yeah.
In white spray paint. Yeah. But it was... I think I have to sit with it a little bit longer.
I don't.
But the themes of the whole Planet of the Apes things, I get it. It's really good. Like slavery, imprisonment, prejudice, all that shit.
Right.
way it plays out.
Yeah.
Thank you. The way it plays out, it's the movie's so well put together. The movie's so well put together.
Yeah.
The flaws glare. The flaws are like fucking a J.J. Abrams fucking light flow. You're like, what? No. What the fuck just happened? This is wrong.
I didn't see a lot of JJ flares. You saw JJ flares?
No, I mean the flaws glare like that.
Oh yeah, like where they're obvious.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the.
Well, there's a point where
They're following the caravan of soldiers.
yeah, this is where I looked up you. Yeah, Caesar's following the soldiers because he's trying to figure out where the hell their base is because he wants to kill Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
But it's him and his 4 buddies, and they're on horseback.
Yeah.
In the middle of this tundra.
Yeah.
On an open. There's
Before that, they're on a beach.
Yeah,
They're on a beach, and you can see the soldiers. And then you see Caesar's group, and you see him in the same shot. And I lean over to him like, "They're too close, right?
They're like 100 feet away.
They're way too close.
They're way too close.
Yeah.
And anybody, all they have to do is turn around and be like, "Oh, look, there's 4 apes on horseback with guns following us."
Yeah.
How about we go back there and kill them? Since we're 100 and they're 4.
Yeah.
You know. Nobody ever thought like, hey, can we look behind us at any point? Nobody thought to look.
Well,
behind
like the same thing when they're at the camp. They're like right outside the camp. They don't have patrols that circle the camp regularly.
Well, spoilers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think
spoilers.
we're deep into spoilers.
Yeah.
The apes started escaping through tunnels underneath the compound, which somehow the soldiers didn't know about.
Yeah.
Which is again horseshit.
Yeah.
That I can't understand that one. But they whatever they missed it when they did the
even if they don't know about it, the apes
when
are
they did
disappearing out
the
of
before
this
moving
pen.
inspection, they
Yeah,
missed that
yeah.
part. There's tunnels running underneath that the apes can hide in and shit. But the apes start escaping. They don't notice until like the next morning. Now there's like hundreds of apes that they have in these big.
Well, the little
chain
girl
link.
walks right into the camp.
Yeah, nobody notices. The little girl walks into
Yeah.
the camp, starts giving the apes water
Yeah.
and food because they're starving.
Yeah.
And nobody notices for like a really long time. Nobody.
Yeah.
It's like a whole sequence of like 20 minutes. Nobody seems to notice or care.
And that's like the problem with the movie. It's really well put together, but then when there's a flaw, you're like, this wouldn't happen.
Well, you see, I understand. I'll go with you on the virus that makes humans lose the higher intelligence, and as a result, loses their speech. Oh shit!
Yeah, when I can understand.
Let's stop the show by saying that.
Yeah, and I can.
But
understand
unfortunately, even when they're smart, they're still really stupid.
Who?
Humans. The humans are really. I mean, pretty much everybody. It's just really stupid. And the only people who are smart are the apes, and it has nothing to do with it's not an evolution thing. It's not. And these are the smart ones. These are the uninfected humans.
Yeah.
Like who really have no reason to be this stupid, and they're just stupid in a lot of ways. Like basic shit.
Yeah.
Like make sure the 500 apes who just locked up in a pen are still there 4 hours later.
Yeah.
Like
let's have one guy watch him, and when he disappears, nobody's.
Yeah,
gonna
but put another one out there. Yeah, that just
Alright,
doesn't.
what's yours and what's not yours?
These 2 are mine.
these
Those 2
two
are
are
his.
mine.
Everything else can go.
Cool.
Thank you.
Take it.
There we go. The rest are dead soldiers. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Take away the end.
They're more like the story's more interested in telling the overarching story of oppression and freedom and right and wrong, and then it gets like the tiniest simple details where like, I've never been in the military. I know that if you're running a caravan, you have scouts trailing behind and leading ahead to keep people out of danger because you
These
don't
guys
know what's
really
going
didn't
on.
know
Yeah.
that. They just really didn't get that.
I mean, you could say on a stretch that when Caesar came upon him, the apes were all already captured, and because this movie only takes place in one corner of the world to represent the whole world, they weren't worried about it. But you still, it's simple procedures and precautions. It's like common sense.
It's just really silly shit.
Yeah.
It's just really silly. I mean, there was a lot of little tiny fuck-ups.
Yeah.
By the humans.
Yeah,
And
they kept adding up.
Oh, and by the way, the whole thing, like Woody Harrelson wanted to kill Caesar, right?
Yeah.
Now, he didn't so much give a shit about, we gotta take them all hostage in the beginning. didn't seem to really be a priority, but he also wasn't actively trying to murder them quite as much. He really went in there specifically
He went in there to kill Caesar, to break their spirit, to kill their leader.
Right. So essentially, he kind of had an idea in his head, like, all right, we're going to kill whichever one's act up, and we're going to send a message. But we need them to build this wall to protect us from the humans that are going to be coming. The other human army.
Yeah, the rest of the world. The
rest of the
entire world's military.
Is going to be coming to kill me because I'm killing the infected humans.
Yeah.
So we really can't kill all of them. But you know what we got to do? We got to do a really high risk mission inside the ape camp to kill Caesar. And you know what? It's so important. I'm going to go in there with my special forces guys.
Myself.
Right.
I'm going to lead the mission.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Personally.
Well,
to kill him.
He did say the whole self-sacrifice thing, so he...
Right. Exactly. So flash forward to when he actually captures him.
Yeah.
And he's got him in chains in front of like 500 apes who are all locked up.
Yeah.
Who are all just helpless and just watching getting dragged through this camp in chains. He, much like a classic Bond villain, decides, no, I'm not just going to put a bullet in his head right now and solve all my problems.
Yeah.
Which would break their spirit for eternity, completely make them submit to my will.
Yeah.
They'd help me build my wall. Everything would go like gangbusters. They'd be mine to control. I would have my own little ape army, even if it was just slave labor.
Yeah.
They would be mine. No. I'm going to torture this guy for essentially really no reason. Because Caesar didn't kill his kid. He killed his kid when he got sick.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Woody killed Caesar's kid and his wife.
But it wasn't
so.
personal. Yeah.
When it comes to revenge, there's really not a lot of reason for Woody Harrelson to pull all this revenge out on Caesar. What he could have done, again, unlike every famous Bond villain, put a bullet in his head immediately. Job done.
Well, here's the thing, too.
Because, don't forget, if this is going to lead into the Charlton Heston movie, Caesar's got to die.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, here's the
Titanic's got to hit the iceberg. That's got to happen.
Here's the thing about this movie. The apes and their whole story and Caesar's whole story don't matter.
Not so much.
No, because if you think about the fight at the end,
that essentially wipes out.
If you think about the fight at the end would have gone exactly the same way.
Well,
no. This is why.
We think.
Think about it this way.
Well, you mean the avalanche?
No, the two huge leaking fuel tanks. Those would have eventually have gotten hit.
Probably.
Gotten hit.
I'll give you that one.
Period.
I'll give you that one.
Blowing up one of them set off the explosion that destroyed the quote-unquote bad guy's base.
True. Yeah.
All the good guys rushed in to see what was going on.
Yeah, they did.
That triggered an avalanche, which would have happened anyway.
That's right. It was that big-ass explosion that made the avalanche. That essentially wiped out
all the human resistance.
The human
military.
Yeah, the human military.
All of that would have happened anyways, with or without the apes.
That's true. Well, we have to go on a lead that they would have hit that fuel tank, but you know what?
They would have hit it eventually.
Because
right. missiles were flying left and right over that wall.
They had Apache helicopters shooting missiles into that bitch.
Yeah.
And the giant fuel tanks right in the middle of everything.
Yeah, two of them, and one was leaking.
That's really like putting the exhaust port that's only 3 meters wide, right where it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Letting the rebels come in and shoot it with a photon torpedo. It's that bad.
On the outside.
Yeah, it's
right in front.
On the front fucking door.
With a hanging note on it says, "Don't shoot this."
Right. They would be bad if you shoot this.
Yeah,
all my plans are ruined.
I'm
foiled if you play this up. Don't do that.
The whole movie would have played out exactly the same.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah, that's what was kind of bugging me last time. Yeah. This time I watched it, I was like, okay, he blew up the fuel tank. Blew all that up, but missiles were flying in there fucking left and right all day long.
Yeah.
They would have hit it eventually.
Yeah, you're probably right. Their stupidity. Again, you can't underestimate their stupidity. They would have stuck this thing, these big fuel tanks, exactly where they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
This will harken back to the old Raiders of the Lost Ark discussion.
Yeah.
Where Indiana Jones plays no role in the movie.
Yeah.
The Nazis still would have found the Ark, went to the island, opened up, and all died. Well, you know what? Fuck, you're right. Yeah, the apes don't have to be in this movie. You're right. Yeah, because the humans wipe themselves out. They just don't do it with a nuclear blast.
Yeah,
like we're led to believe. Yeah, in the Charlton Heston movies.
In the Charlton Heston movies, you're led to believe that
it's the
because
radiation.
they lost control of the planet. They initiated like a scorched earth policy.
Yeah, and the humans didn't make it out too well.
Yeah,
but apes on the other hand were mutated and became smarter.
Yeah,
somehow, and we all bought that for years, like decades.
Yeah,
like generations. We bought that story. Yeah. But now it's like it's a virus that has tricky and coincidental and convenient little twists.
Yeah.
That says, well, it used to kill all the humans. Now it just makes them into what you see at the beginning of the first Charles Heston movie.
Yeah.
Like again, convenient.
Well, it works because of what the virus was designed to do in the first place, to augment higher brain function.
Oh, by the way, we're never really going to see Nova speak as a character. Because, spoiler, the little girl is a very little Nova who gets her name from picking up a Chevy Nova badge, an emblem that she found. And one of the apes named her Nova. And I'm like, oh, it's Nova, except she's blonde hair and blue eyed in this one and 8 years old.
We need to,
as opposed to Linda Harrison, who is not blonde and not blue eyed.
We need to do a cut of the movie where the apes calls her Chevy instead of Nova.
We could do that.
You're Chevy.
So is that
Chevy?
So that's where Chevy Chase gets his name from.
Yeah.
See, kids, we learn something on this show. But yeah, that's the link to the Charlton Heston movies, or that storyline at least, is that's supposed to be Nova.
There is a lot of good stuff about resistance and unity and family.
It's kind of weak sauce because, well,
it's called War of the Planet of the Apes, and there's no actual war except for the stupidity of humans fighting it out.
There's a war of words at times.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it's not a great war. It's not awesome in that way. Not a great war like World War One. It's like just not an awesome like war. It's not like
you know what
it's only kind of a spectacle at the end, and even then, it's not a war about the apes. It's a war about the two human factions.
Okay.
And they're fighting over the virus. They're not really fighting over the apes.
Audience,
it's not really a war of the apes.
You're going to hate me for this, but you know what it reminds me of?
Oh, God, what?
It reminds me of the Resident Evil movies.
Oh, dear God.
We're at the end of them.
Yeah.
At the end of every one, you're like, oh, there's going to be a huge-ass battle.
Right.
And then the next one starts off after the battle.
It was an expensive battle. It would have been an expensive battle to film, so...
Yeah, okay, well, think about it this way. The first one of this, in this trilogy, ends with the apes are now intelligent and they've made their way into the woods.
Yeah.
And we get the the screen simulation. The virus is spread all over the world. We get the opening credits 90s style montage. The virus is spread all over the world. And this is where we are now. We don't get to see any of that shit happen.
Yeah,
this movie starts out with a small skirmish, and they talk about how they've been fighting the humans ever since COVID summoned them. We don't get to see all these skirmishes
we don't get to
and
see
fights.
any of that. Even flashbacks would have been helpful, but none of that. Really, none of that.
Yeah.
I mean, there just isn't there. Yeah, I mean, Caesar's got flashbacks to Koba.
Yeah,
because
ape nightmares.
He's got ape PTSD. He's got ape PTSD.
I understand the deeper themes and everything.
Like Koba, because he's the ape that he had to kill.
Yeah,
because ape against ape was not good.
Ape doesn't kill ape.
Ape doesn't kill ape.
Which was like the tenet of how they evolved to be so strong and
right. It was apes
together. They just didn't kill each other.
No,
apes together were strong.
Well, they had a common enemy then.
Yeah.
But even that kind of goes away.
Yeah.
So
I just have one and I'm still learning.
So I don't know, but I didn't really consider what you said, but you're right. When we were watching the movie, the apes don't need to be in this movie.
Yeah.
All we need to know is that the apes are doing fine, getting smarter and stronger in the woods. Meanwhile, the humans are having a fight about the virus that's killing them and making them stupid. They kill themselves off.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And that could have been two separate movies, and one of them didn't even need to have apes in the title, and everything would have been the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. The apes don't need to be in this movie.
Yeah.
That hurts it even. I mean, I had a few problems with this movie, but
I just kind of realized it because I was thinking about it. I was like,
that's a big one.
They're shooting missiles left and right into that thing. and it the entire base blows up off of one grenade that Caesar throws.
Yeah, it didn't take much.
And that tank was huge.
Yeah.
Rockets were going off all around it. It would have gotten hit.
Nothing.
Yeah, it would have gotten hit
up
sooner or
until
later.
that one grenade.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're led to believe, the wall was stopping it. Well, the helicopters, the Apaches were flying over the wall and just coating the whole place with missiles.
And they were coming at them with tanks that could punch through the wall.
Yeah,
or shoot
that
over
wasn't.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. The wall,
they were throwing
the wall really didn't do much.
And they were throwing mortars too, because Caesar ran through 2 of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were shooting rockets.
One hit on either side of them. So
Yeah.
one of those 2 tanks would have gotten hit,
Yeah,
and those tanks are what set off the whole fucking base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I first off, the movie was, and I know why. It's because it's the finale.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this is the huge finale.
Yeah.
It's got to be this long epic. It was 2 hours and 20 minutes. It was at least 20 minutes too long.
At least, yeah.
I mean, this is a regular blockbuster. Sadly, we're at the time in Hollywood where there's a blockbuster every month. And,
especially during the summer.
Exactly. So the fact that this was
getting
a blockbuster. Well, I think the song was over.
Okay.
Our always amazing music in the background of the Imperial Lounge. No, but they wanted to drag it out. I'm sure there's going to be a cut version of this that makes it on Blu-ray, makes it on.
I mean, there were like it's a good.
This was like 20 minutes too long.
It's a good story. It's just. This is the thing. It's a good story for the world that it's in. It's kind of mediocre.
Yeah, the
like
more
for
I
the
think
world, for what's quote unquote at stake, it's kind of mediocre.
The more I think about it, it's just okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you kind of set out. I kept waiting for a nuclear bomb to go off because I kept waiting for that, and they didn't do that.
They didn't do what they did do though is when the final base exploded, they did the little mushroom cloud.
They did, but
did like a little
not,
toadstool cloud. Yeah.
I kept waiting for something somewhere to go nuclear, but they knew they couldn't do it with where they set the story up two movies ago.
Yeah.
They knew they couldn't go nuclear really with it because the apes have to inhabit this planet.
Yeah.
So we can't really make it nuclear like that.
Yeah, and they're already smart. They don't become smart.
Right, exactly.
So
it's not a mutation through the radiation or anything.
Yeah.
So I kept waiting for hopefully for something, some A-bomb to go off. No. Good old-fashioned conventional weapons. And
it was just. It was actually just kind of the movie. The whole the trilogy's themes. I understand.
Yeah, I mean,
I
kind of liked it, and honestly, until you pointed out the fact the apes don't do this, I'm like, oh, that's true.
Yeah, they don't.
I think I like it less now because now the movie
exactly
seems so much. It seems so much more pointless now.
Yeah, everything would have happened exactly the same way.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like they got themselves started with that plot of, well, there's a virus that's killing humans.
Yeah.
And they realize, oh shit, we can't do that because there's humans at the beginning of the Charlton Heston movie.
Yeah.
So there has to be somebody has to survive. How are we going to do this? But they can't talk. I get it. We change the virus, so all of a sudden, now it doesn't kill them. It just makes them dumb and mute.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with that.
Which loosely works. Loosely works if the virus mutated from the cure that made Caesar smart, because it's all the original movie was they were working on a way to cure Alzheimer's.
Yeah, but it wasn't a virus that did it. It was like a shot. You know?
Yeah, it was a shot that
there were injections. It wasn't a virus.
Yeah.
If that was the thing that did it, then I'd say okay, that was where it all stems from. But that wasn't what was happening because people wouldn't be getting killed. They would be getting dumber.
Yeah.
Back from the end of the James Franco movie.
Yeah, it would wipe out the higher brain functions in people instead of curing them. Because
Exactly. Yeah. Which, you know what? I don't know.
It would have made a better movie.
That would have been a better movie.
Because then you'd have all these people corralling people who
But that means we have to rewrite the second one, not this one.
Yeah.
You have to rewrite the second one for that.
Yeah.
Not this one, because that doesn't happen at the end of the first one. That happens at the beginning of the second one. We just get filled in like, oh shit, the virus is killing people now.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to explain why this rapid and massive loss of human, population.
Yeah.
But yeah, they all of a sudden the shift to like, oh, we found the virus. All of a sudden did this now. Like, well, it's convenient, but I think it's a lot like, all right, in the same way of the Star Wars prequels. They figured it out. They're like, at the end, they're like, okay, we did a bunch of cool stuff. Oh, shit. We know we have to end with this.
Yeah.
So there were really not... I mean, you could only surprise the audience with how you got there, but that was it.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, like...
And it wasn't that much of a surprise.
Right, and as soon as the little girl Nova shows up, they're like, oh, look, she's holding a Chevy Nova logo. Oh, I guess I know who she is.
Yeah.
She's Nova.
Yeah.
She's the only other character besides Charlton Heston that we tend to, put on the posters.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, so I know for a shadow of a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, she's going to make it out of this movie alive. There's no way in fuck she's going to die. So no matter what danger she sends to mindlessly walk into, I know she'll be fine. I know she'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I know Caesar's got to go. He's got to go because he's not in the next one.
And he'd be too old.
It's just, you like sooner or later, Anakin's got to become Vader.
Yeah. Yeah.
Padme's got to get killed.
I kind of wish I hadn't realized that, but yeah, it just makes it almost makes the whole trilogy pointless.
Right, it's like,
Because it ends with it not mattering if the apes were there or not.
No, and but I didn't really think about it. But you're right. But it's the way they did it. If they did it a different way, that wouldn't be the case. But in the way they tried to pull this off, with all their little compromises of like, okay, Nova has to survive. Okay, Caesar has to die. Okay, we have to have humans around, but they have to be dumb and mute. So we have to make that work. And we have to get rid of all the smart humans in a big battle. Somehow that's to explain why all the smart humans around the world were all there at the same time, and they all got killed in one big avalanche. And that's it. That's the rest of the smart humans. And that was the only.
That's set up because
I didn't buy that.
Set up because the way Woody Harrelson explained it is, instead of killing the people who contracted this, they tried to care for them, and the caregivers kept getting sick, and that's how it spread.
Yeah.
So that would work. Like, I'd almost say.
Yeah, but
but you know
what? Nova is like 8 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, now before she's like the age where Charlton Heston meets her, you got to wipe out every high intelligent person in the world, essentially. I mean, you do. So you got to do it quickly. That virus has to spread really fast. And you have to kill a big chunk of the high intelligent humans also. So this is the way they went about it.
Yeah.
The virus is contracted and transferred by the caregivers of people that try to help people infected. And through that doll, in this case,
because it had her blood on it.
Had her blood. Had Nova's blood on it. And so Nova is infected. So Woody Harrelson gets infected. And boom, he's in Simpleton. Yeah. He's just smart enough to kill himself. But I mean, the way they did it. They wrote themselves into a box,
and they wrote it
with the virus.
Yeah,
it was with the virus.
And that was bad.
No, they wrote themselves into a box there, and this is the way they figured it out. But in the process, you're right. The apes didn't have to be in this movie.
I mean,
for it to happen.
I think we should skip up to rewrites because there's not much left to talk about after just throwing that in there. Or do you want to talk about good parts?
I'd rather talk about good parts. I mean, when it comes to rewriting this movie, this is one of those movies that
Well, I'm thinking about it. I think it would have been better if you would have had the same framework.
Yeah.
But without the apes getting captured.
See,
they escape because he decides it's more important to go face the other humans and win or fight. The apes get away, and they get to where they're going.
Okay.
And you follow Caesar's story.
Okay.
And you follow him to the camp.
Okay.
And it's done far more, like everything else kind of happens the same, but it's done far more intelligently where they take their time to scope out what's going on and everything.
All right.
Caesar sneaks into Caesar sneaks in to kill Woody Harrelson as the soldiers show up, which was really annoying. All that shit happened at exactly the same time. It's hard because it's kind of. It keeps getting worse the more I think about it.
I know, and you're not selling me on that.
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
You're just not this time. You're usually pretty good, but not this time. On this one, here's my problem, and here's
Let me listen to you, and I'll think about it some more.
Well, no, here's the thing. Here's what I would change, and here's also why I can't rewrite this movie. And it's because I have to rewrite the last movie. My big beef is like, okay, listen. If we're breaking away from the nuclear option, which we clearly are.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the originals all went with the nuclear option.
Yeah.
We see the nuclear mutated people, psychopaths, in Beneath Planet of the Apes. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, we're breaking from that, and we're going with the virus thing. Okay, fine, I'm on board. But unfortunately, I can't rewrite this movie. I have to start rewriting the last one, in which it doesn't kill humans. It just makes them stupid.
And they wind up dying because they can't survive in technological
Right.
world. Yeah.
You got it.
The virus doesn't mutate in the first
Just
place.
do
It
that.
just makes them dumb.
Right.
Yeah,
Just do that. And all the apes have to do are fight the last remnants of the intelligent ones.
Yeah.
But that's it. They have to fight the last smart humans.
Yeah.
But there's so few left that it's actually kind of a war. It's all the apes that are smart versus all the humans that are still smart.
Yeah.
But now at this point, there's more apes than humans, and they win in the end. And the rest of the humans, they take pity on because they're simpletons. And that's it. But unfortunately, I can't do that in this movie.
Yeah.
Because I have to rewrite the fucking last one.
They mutated.
Right, because
the virus is mutated now. It makes people dumb.
Right, because that stupid virus, because they're like, oh, it kills everybody. Well, if you just started it out with, it just makes them mute and dumb, well, there you go. That's all you needed.
Yeah.
And you could run with that for 2 movies if you stretch it out, where it's the last surviving remnants of the human race fighting the apes, who are just getting smarter and smarter and smarter, but the humans are just getting dumber and dumber. That would also make sense. It's a fast-acting virus. That would make sense.
And
I would buy that.
And then you have a clear separation where all the people who are smart, they'll never become dumb, and all the people who are dumb, they'll just be dumb. That's it. And this one,
if you got rid of the virus.
Well, no, you could keep the virus, and if the virus, like you said,
oh, you mean the people who are immune?
Yeah,
who are naturally immune. They die off, and then all of their offspring are still dumb.
Yeah, there's more of them, so they procreate. Yeah. That would have worked.
I mean, I'm okay with it going to the place where it's infectious and it makes smart people dumb. I'm okay with doing that. But it's that big flip-flop from the it's killing people to it's just making them stupid.
Yeah, the virus that we all have and have a complete immunity to now is mutated.
That one I didn't like at all.
Yeah.
I hated that they did that. I saw where they were going in the last one.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to do this stupid thing of changing.
Yeah, because that worked on its own.
Yeah, that just
if
you just started with that, it would have been fine.
Yeah, if it kills enough people off, then you only survive because
it would have been fine.
People are still going to die even though they're born.
Call it like hyper Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Like what? Because that's what they were trying to cure in the first one with Alzheimer's. I don't know, something. But if they just stuck with that instead of making it fatal, like in the second one where they tried to do, I would have bought it.
Yeah.
But that's my big change.
Yeah.
But like I said, I can't do it in this movie. I can't rewrite this one because I have to write the last one to make that happen. So I'm out of gas on this one, unfortunately. I think they did whatever they could to wrap things up as much as they could, as best they could, because it's the last movie they're doing. And I don't think there's not going to be a fourth one.
If this one does really well, there'll be a fourth one.
The fourth one's going to be a remake of the 1968 one.
Yeah, but I don't know where you're going to get the astronaut from because all that technology was destroyed.
Well, no, they would say they shot it up beforehand.
Yeah. Like a lifeboat kind of thing.
No, they would say they shot this guy up
Yeah.
before James Franco in the first one came along and made Apes smart.
Then you're just making Buck Rogers on Planet of the Apes.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, the first Planet of the Apes movie starts with Buck Rogers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all very smart and Buck Rogery and everything. That's the very first like 20 minutes of the first movie.
Yeah, they're excellent.
Exactly. So, that's all. That's all where they can go. You know why? Because they introduced.
Keeps getting worse the more I think about it.
No, because Caesar's gone. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you know what? Left Cornelius behind as a baby,
Which is cool.
Okay, yeah, I know. And Nova is fucking like 8 years old, little girl.
Were you looking for Zero too?
I was thinking
I
about
was
it.
like, where's Zero?
I was thinking about
Where's
it.
Cornelius? Where the fuck is Zero?
I was looking for Dr.
Yeah.
Zaius more than anything because he's older than both of them.
Yeah.
Because Dr. Zaius is older. So where's Zaius in there? He has to be
Zaius
there.
could be Maurice.
I guess so.
But Maurice isn't there.
But he's a different kind of ape.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
But whatever. But Zaius is older than both of them. But here's the thing. They dug themselves deep with Caesar, and they're like, well, listen, this has to lead into Cornelius, because Cornelius is his son. And Cornelius is alive at the same time that Nova is.
Yeah.
Nova didn't come from a fucking spaceship. She was born and raised on Earth.
Yeah.
So she has to be alive. So they're only like 20 years away from the Charlton Heston movie. Which means that, for instance, Dr. Zaius is already a full-grown adult.
Yeah.
Because he's an older guy
Yeah.
in the Charlton Heston movie.
He would have to be Maurice because if they made a fourth one,
I guess
it would have to be Maurice and his because they're like almost. I mean, the original it's thousands of years. It'd have to be Maurice and his and his compassion, but understanding what's happening that goes wrong. And there'd have to be something in there to harden him, and that have to happen off camera.
Right. But unless we're
the
gonna see Maurice turn into Dr. Zaius, and then
Yeah.
if you're gonna
follow, if you're gonna follow the path and make another one, you have Nova, you have Cornelius.
They're following the path.
Dr. Zaius could only be Maurice.
No, but they're following the path and they're leading into the Charlton Heston movie. That's the thing. They left off.
Yeah.
Luke goes to one planet, Leia goes to another planet. Yeah. Like, you know what's coming up next. Mm-hmm. So what you're asking for is a Rogue One to slip in there.
Oh, God.
So you're asking for a side movie as, all about Zaius? I mean, they ain't going to do it.
No.
It's just not that. I mean, it makes money, but it's not that big of a franchise.
Yeah.
That I think they'll actually just get
Well,
people to.
they could do a fourth one, and they could picks up a couple years after this one, and goes for 20 years. And then the fifth one would be the remake of Planet of the Apes.
If they remake it, yeah. I really kind of hope they don't.
I mean, they could.
They might.
They could with scientists that knew what was happening and went underground.
I do like that
or hibernated.
I do like they seem to be ignoring the Marky Mark movie. Did you notice that? Did you notice that there's really no connection to the Marky Mark movie?
Because that movie was supposed to start a new franchise.
I know,
and
it just did. Well, it was Tim Burton doing an Apes movie. It was just with Marky Mark.
And I'm wondering if that was Tim Burton or the writers, and they tried to have their Statue of Liberty moment at the end.
And then Tim Burton ended up ripping off Kevin Smith.
Yeah, it was just
because that's in a comic. Ape Lincoln.
In what?
Ape Lincoln.
It's in what though?
It's in a comic.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Kevin Smith's comic?
Yeah, James Silent Bob.
Oh, okay.
There's a comic. Okay. There's in James Silent Bob Strike Back, Jason Mewes is worried that their new friend Pet Monkey that they help escape from their research lab. No, he's just a regular monkey named Suzanne. She's a regular monkey named Suzanne. And she's very friendly and very nice, gets along really great with Silent Bob, but Jay is really skeptical because he saw Planet of the Apes. So he's envisioning, like, we can't hang out with this monkey. This monkey's learning things about us, and, that whole, like, tiny little plot line, little plot device of Jay being scared the monkey's going to rise up because he saw Planet of the Apes, comes from the Jay and Silent Bob comics.
Oh, okay.
And he has a vision or something. I can barely remember it, but he has a vision or something, and they see Abe Lincoln. And it's Abe Lincoln Memorial, but it's an ape face. Anyway, that's exactly what Tim fucking Burton ripped off in this movie.
And that came before?
It's Abe Lincoln. Yeah, the comic came before.
Okay.
The comic came well before.
Yeah, this
And-
movie is like...
And you'd think Tim Burton is a guy who made a handful of comic book movies beforehand, who's never read a comic in his life at the time. He didn't.
Well, see,
He hated comics. I mean, at the time, but he liked the idea of doing Batman.
I'm starting to kind of hate this movie.
You know, there's a lot about it that I liked, but unfortunately, it just doesn't come together like it should.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I did like. Listen, if you pick it apart, the effects are awesome.
It's a beautiful movie.
Yeah,
The music kicks ass.
The music kicks
The
ass.
music is like...
It's edited really well,
It's edited
considering
really well,
the
yeah.
story. It's
Yeah.
edited really well. I think the acting was pretty well done too.
Yeah.
I think everybody did a pretty half decent job acting.
It kind of just turns into a really, really
It's
good...
the story.
It turns into a really good tech demo.
Yeah.
Because it's like the story. It's kind of like Interstellar. The story wants to be this huge, grandiose exploration of slavery and imprisonment and capture and prejudice, but then it kind of falls down because like the simple little
Love you all.
little
Love
things
you all.
start falling apart.
Come on. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Look at that.
Let's do it.
I remember my first beer.
Well, you know what? You gotta go home with force.
Guys, have fun.
Oh no, we lost our frat boy fan base.
We didn't lose anything. No.
Sorry, I remember my first beer bomb. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it started out with the slavery thing in the first movie.
Yeah.
Carried that over into a little bit of prejudice and just different ideas.
Then it turns into the resistance and the war.
And the resistance
The
inside of a
actual-
war, but not really because, like I said,
it wasn't nearly big.
for a movie called War for the Planet of the Apes,
Yeah, I know.
there's not a lot of war. There's not a lot of that in there.
No, sadly,
The
not.
the story between the last movie and this movie, they should have made that.
Well, that would have been the war, but there would have been no tie-in.
That would have been the movie to make.
That would have been no tie-in
Yeah.
to the Charlton Heston movie, which clearly is what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
They really wanted to do that. They said we have to start it where you can go into the Charlton Heston
Well,
movie.
they did that so
And-
hard they ruined this movie.
Yeah, exactly. I think again, like fucking Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
You had to. You sooner or later, Vader has to come from Anakin. He's got to turn into Vader. Padme's got to go. We got to see Luke and Leia get born. It's got to happen.
With our return to the
That boat has to hit that iceberg. It's got to happen.
I'm thinking
And
here.
you know, it's just they wrote themselves into a box. Anytime you do the prequels,
Yeah.
you almost always write yourselves into a box. You
Yeah,
just
but they
do.
did it so hard. It's like they weren't thinking.
Well,
I think they were too caught up in the success.
They were too busy.
They were too caught up in the
They made money
grandiose
with
ideas.
They made money with the Franco movie.
Yeah.
They made money with the Franco movie.
Yeah.
I like
They're-
that movie.
they're riding
now,
on that, yeah.
Now, having seen the three, that one is my favorite out of those three.
Yeah.
Out of those three. Not the one we saw tonight, not the last one. The first one, the Franco movie. I liked it. I liked seeing it where it actually all started, the seed where it began. Okay, that was kind of cool. But going into all this stuff where they kind of want to hold to canon, but they also have to separate from canon. It was just they had their foot in two different graves. Sadly,
Yeah, well,
it wasn't the effects, it wasn't the acting, it wasn't even the editing.
No,
it really was the story.
The story was just. I hate to
story
say it,
was-
the story was for shit.
It really sucked.
It was for shit because
It could have been kind of good, but unfortunately, they set themselves up for failure with the last one. So I can't even rewrite this one
yeah.
without significant changes to the last one, like big time changes that are
Well,
totally going to change that last one.
I can keep it inside. I can keep it inside of the framework and pull it out a little bit.
I don't think.
And I'd
nah.
say.
And that's not a challenge. I just
No.
I don't think you can. Because
I'd
if you're going
say-
to keep the virus
Yeah.
that used to kill people and now makes them stupid, you lost me.
Well, let me see what
If
I
you
can
keep
do.
that, you lost me.
Let me see what I can do.
You can't keep that. If you do, I'm out.
Let me see what I can do.
Okay.
I'm still thinking.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit. I'll give you a little bit.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're going to cat videos.
Yeah, I know. Those cat videos are coming soon.
I know.
And we're going to, if people actually watch us, they're gonna hate us because everybody seems to love this fucking movie. And
yeah, but that's okay. Let's okay. Here, okay. Let's say
we have a special caveat when it comes to reviewing movies.
Yeah,
we don't get paid for this.
No, we don't. We have no sponsors. It's
we
awesome.
Don't have to have you like us, so it doesn't matter.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's
there
the best
are
part.
no sponsors. Nobody's opinion matters other than ours. It's fantastic. I love it. We answer to nobody. We play by our own rules, but I'm going to tell you, you can't redo this one.
I'm okay.
I'm not if you're going to keep the virus.
Let me try.
All right.
And I'll start by saying the virus stays, so you're already out, so just listen. I'd say we have our split.
All right.
Where the apes go, where everything's the same up until the apes decide to go find their promised land.
Okay.
And only when we come back around to Caesar catching up with the camp, he has Nova and everybody with him.
Okay.
They don't have the apes there.
They don't have the apes.
They haven't captured the apes. The apes actually escaped because our colonel is more focused on winning this fight before going off and winning his other fight.
Okay.
Because they had his little religious overtones where he's blessing people and he's all obsessed with history. Apocalypse now. He was kind of a he wasn't a great Colonel Kurtz. And I'd say this is what would save it. Everything would kind of be the same. Caesar gets captured again. Everything plays out the same, only he's being tortured by the colonel to find out where the apes went. So after his big battle with the humans comes in, he can go kill them. Meanwhile, on the outside, the other apes discover the tunnels under the base, discover some of the weapons that the humans didn't find, and are planning to blow up the base themselves to kill him.
Okay. All right.
And how it ends is Caesar, one of the apes, breaks in and says, "Okay, we're going to rescue you, and we're going to blow up this base." Keep going. Our people have escaped; they're safe. Come with us so you can lead us. And he says, "No, just blow up the base. When the other humans get here, we'll kill them all." So they can't come after us, or they'll be so weak that they can't come after us.
Okay.
And that's how the movie ends. And you have your nice leader self-sacrifice. He doesn't want to go with them because if he disappears, the humans will go chase. The humans will always be chasing him. And he knows that.
I'm with it.
More safe. So the movie ends with the other soldiers coming in. And the apes blowing up the whole base and killing as many as they can. You can even keep the avalanche, which is hokey, but it works.
Hokey. It's hokey.
It works in the context.
It's really hokey.
It works in the context because they foreshadowed it twice.
Okay, yeah, but it's still pretty hokey.
That's the best that I can do because that's how bad the story is. And I do agree with you that you have to rewrite the previous one.
Listen,
this would have been a better story because you get that. My favorite part of this movie.
Listen, I'll give that to you. That would have been a better version.
My favorite part of this movie is the music that they're playing when they're doing the setup for the Apes Escape because it's like that remix that goes on too long, but because you're watching different things, you're okay with that same thing playing underneath of it, and it's really good music. And I'm like, Now imagine that music set to the Caesar getting tortured and the apes setting up everything underneath the base.
Okay, I'll give you that. That would have been better.
That's literally the best that I can do.
I mean, I'm telling you, unless you write the last one.
Yeah.
I think they fucked themselves in the last one.
Yeah, because they threw in that mutate.
It was a virus.
They're mutating.
No, the virus.
The virus is mutating.
I went on board with it at first, and I thought about it for 2 seconds. I'm like, wait a minute, everybody's going to be dead. Then how do we get all the simple people that we see in the Charlton Heston movie? Like, we can't be that far away. We're talking about Caesar.
Well, even
who's Cornelius is dead. Like, we know we're only one generation away. We know. We're only one generation away from A New Hope when we're in Revenge of the Sun. We know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're not far away, you know? The Titanic set sail. It's got to hit that iceberg.
No, I do agree with you.
I mean,
If
I
the
love
virus-
using that analogy because
the
it's always
virus-
true. You know how the movie ends.
If the virus had done what it does in this movie and only done that in the first place,
That
you
everything
you
would-
you would actually get to that place quicker.
Yeah, but you know what? That means you could have spent the other 45 minutes and you didn't have to worry about killing versus the stupidity.
Yeah,
You could have
yeah.
spent it on actual story structure.
Yeah. Deep, thick story structure about rebellion and revenge
Yeah,
and
exactly.
escape
Make
and
it
letting
fast
things
acting
go.
so it
Yeah.
spreads within a generation. Boom.
Yeah.
That's how you get
Yeah.
your Cornelius. That's how you get your Nova. That's how you get your Smart Apes. That's how you get your W.
Yeah.
That's all you had to do. But you know what? They didn't do that because they fucked themselves in the last one. That's
Yeah.
why I'm sorry. This one, it's making money.
And you actually
You should
did-
say
and
it's
that's the
gonna
thing.
make money. It's making money.
See,
It's the opening
that's the
weekend.
thing too. They didn't have to do that.
No, but
They could. And
I think that really would have helped. I think
Well,
it really would have helped.
Here's another this is like a super quick, simple way to rewrite this.
All right.
Is that the humans that are coming to fight him aren't assholes
They're not.
and recognize that you can live in harmony with another intelligent species on the planet. Because they're intelligent enough to understand that we have to share this planet. And up until this point,
right.
in the history of these movies, these apes haven't ever attacked people. They've just been attacked by people. And they only fight to defend themselves. That act of mercy at the beginning, where Caesar lets them go,
right.
says, just fucking leave us alone and we won't fight you.
Okay.
That message could get back to the other humans, but this guy's hell-bent on destroying the apes,
Yeah.
and the other humans are like, we don't have to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Enough of us, unfortunately, enough of us are dead that
Yeah,
we can
I'm with you.
share this planet with them, and that could be your big fight at the end. It's like, and you can eliminate the stupid mutating virus that does exactly what it does exactly, and only what it has to do. It doesn't kill people, it just makes them die.
Yeah.
And they get their nosebleed because... Is that supposed to be the brain matter that wipes out the higher functions, even though they're all still there?
I lost on that one. Too.
Yeah.
I lost on that one too. I'm sorry. This
Because your brain doesn't drain into your nose.
This movie's making money.
If
It's gonna make a decent money because we went to go see it because it's an Apes movie. We
Yeah.
went to go see it.
Yeah.
So we saw it, but still, they could have done a lot better. But they should have done it 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think see this movie if you really like the first two in this trilogy.
Yeah, if you could ignore the problems, the deeper themes.
I think you'd have to.
The
To
deeper-
like both of them?
Yeah.
I think you'd have to ignore all the problems.
Well, the deeper
in
themes
the first
of the movie are still there. They're just hung. They're inside of this other framework.
Yeah, but you
that
know what?
makes them harder to swallow.
If you
know?
can, if you like the first two so much that you can get past all the little inaccuracies and things that might be problems
Yeah.
for the canon,
Yeah.
like if you can shut off the canon a little bit,
Yeah.
see this movie, and then you'll be like, oh, hey, look, there's people that are in the other movies, but whatever, we're off on our
Yeah.
own storyline now, things are different. Okay, if you can do that, watch this movie, you'll enjoy it. There are still fucking weird, annoying things that happen in it, like the virus mutating all of a sudden for no reason. There are things like that. But if you like the first two movies, you are going to like this movie. You're just going to have far fewer problems than we had with it.
Yeah.
I still think back to the original and the movies in the 60s and 70s. But if you don't cling to that, and you like the first two...
Which was your favorite out of all 5 of those?
I mean, arguably the first one...
Because like I said...
I mean, I have a real hard time saying no to the first one.
Well, see, the first one
is so good. It's so good.
For me, the first one is the best one, but my favorite is always going to be the conquest of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, Conquest.
Where you have Ricardo Montalban and Caesar.
Yeah.
And he has to pretend to be a dumb ape and pretend to be a slave, and at some point he's like, fuck all this shit. There's more of us. Let's do it. That's still my favorite one because it's really practical.
I do like, just because it was fun to watch, the mutant people in Beneath Planet of the Apes. I did like that a lot. I did. I like that a lot. But having said that, Conquest was really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good.
It's really simple.
My overall favorite is still the original. What?
Yeah, my favorite's Conquest, but the original is one of the best science fiction movies of all time.
I
Period.
think it's probably my favorite
It's
out
like
of all of them.
that first 20 minutes, you're like, the whole beginning of the movie, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, what does this have to do with apes?
Where are they?
Yeah,
and then you come upon them like gradually, like, oh shit, this is fucked up. Then it has some of its problems, but not many, because it just goes for it.
Yeah.
100%
That's
just goes
the best
for it.
thing.
Yeah.
About that. Again, I think I still think first one's probably still my favorite. Beneath,
And it does have those two great reveals.
Because
it has that.
For me, Beneath and Conquest are pretty equal, man. It's tough
No,
because
the
I like
original,
I like seeing the nuclear mutants. Because I was a kid, I like seeing
Telepathic nuclear mutants with superpowers, who worship an atom bomb
Or they worship
religiously.
the atom bomb. I mean,
yeah.
I kind of think that it was fun. I was a kid; it was fun to watch. I would see Beneath on afternoon TV, edited, and they didn't really have to edit anything because it was just so goofy. They're like, there's no bad language to cut out of this.
No bad language.
There's no sex scenes.
No sex scenes.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
We'll splice in some commercials, and that's it. So that was the best thing about the Apes movies, is that nothing was ever really cut.
I think they're all rated G.
Are they rated G?
The first one's rated G.
Are they? Is it fucking G?
Yeah, just like the first Star Trek movie is rated G.
That one I bought.
Yeah, it's rated
but
G.
there's people getting killed in the first one.
It's rated G. It was the 60s. It's rated G. General audiences.
That's nutty.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed that.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed that.
Yeah.
That's nutty. But okay. Fair.
But yeah, the first one has two great reveals.
Okay.
And it's where they find the doll that says "Mama." Mm-hmm. Why would a human make a doll that speaks if humans don't speak?
Right, of course.
And then you're like, because up until that point, you're like, we're on a planet that apes evolved to become dominant species, and then it happens, and you're like,
still buying that.
And you're like, wait a second, maybe.
And then
is it another planet where humans evolved and they fucked up and did that?
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, holy shit! And then, like when you watch it the second, like when you watch anytime you watch it now,
you forgot the second bigger, the Statue of fucking Liberty.
No, the Statue of Liberty. But when you watch it when you watch it now,
yeah,
I know you see the spikes because they show the spikes on her thing.
Yeah, they're
and
melted.
And like you get that, oh, I know what's gonna happen. But the first time you saw it, you're like, what the fuck is that? Is that another ape cross?
No,
thing
I got it.
No, like the very first time.
First time I got it.
You saw the spikes?
Yeah.
You did grow up in New York, so you did have that advantage.
Yeah, I saw the spikes.
Did you know what they were?
Yeah,
but
they're metal. They were riveted.
It still got you though.
They're green riveted spikes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean they're rusty, but you know, I was like, it's pretty obvious. All right, I think I know where. Well, I mean. You're talking about where they pull back, and you see like in the corner of the screen, you see you mean that?
I mean that, yeah.
Oh no, I have no idea what. No. I remember that. I thought it was a bridge.
Yeah, the first time you see it, you're like, why is he stopping? Is there a bridge?
I thought
is that another cross? Is something?
Yeah, I thought someone had built a suspension.
And you get like a little. Is there some other forbidden zone or something else going on?
No, I thought so. I know the shot. I know the exact shot.
Yeah.
It's right where they're coming up to it on the beach. They're slowing down on the horses. And they're like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, no, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that. Yeah, no, I didn't know it was that. But obviously they pull back. It's pretty obvious. I wasn't looking for an ape face. I knew. I was like, oh, obviously.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, no, I get it. But anyway,
I think I'm watching Apes tonight or tomorrow. Conquest or the first one.
I might have to do the same. It's so good. Yeah. But in hindsight, for our viewing of War of the Planet of the Apes tonight, I would say if you like the last two, and you honestly, if you liked them, you didn't have problems with them, you actually liked them, and they were enjoyable. Watch this one; it's awesome. But I would highly recommend, as soon as you do, right after, go home and pop in the original.
Yeah.
Just do that as if nothing else, as a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Get that over. You know what I mean? It's you could go right into it, and it's not seamless. But you know what? Just cleanse that palate. It's not seamless. It's not. It's just not.
No, it's not.
Why is Nova all of a sudden have black hair and brown eyes? Like things like stupid things like that make no sense. But whatever. Just go right from this one and just do the original.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine. But again, if you like the first two, of this trilogy, you'll like this one.
In the context of Nova giving her name, it could be Nova's daughter. Because she said, am I an ape? She said, am I an ape?
No.
And he said, you're Nova.
No. Cornelius. Sorry, Cornelius.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Huh?
Sorry. See, that's where they stuck me.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Again, too many knots.
Yep, again.
Yeah, too many knots.
They wrote themselves in there.
Let's just take this thing and stick it to this thing.
That's it.
We're fucked. It's fucked.
But anyway,
yeah.
Did you have fun watching this movie? This is your second viewing. Did you have fun watching it?
I did, and a rare thing happened where I enjoyed it a little less the second time because the problems the first time came up and they were actually there.
I had problems with the storyline, mostly, as we both did. I still had fun watching it.
Yeah.
I don't regret giving my money at the box office.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah.
You might. You went twice. But I don't. I have some decent problems with the story, but I had fun watching it. I just had to tell myself, this ain't canon. They're going to butcher the story. Let's just go along for the ride. It's gonna happen.
See, I'm stuck again because on second viewing, I'm between what's between okay and good. That's where it falls between. That's where it falls for me.
I think it was good.
I'm like it's between okay.
I think it's
and
gonna be
good.
like Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, like I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I don't regret giving my money.
Yeah.
That's fine. I had fun watching it. I think it was 20 minutes too long. I think I would have gotten the same fun out of 20 minutes less of it. But I had fun, and I'm glad I saw it. I didn't need to see it on the big screen. I just didn't. This is not a movie you need to see on the big screen. You know?
Well, the effects though.
No.
Yeah, because it looked better on screen.
It would look fine on a small screen.
Yeah.
Again, it would look fine. You don't need to see it on the big screen. It's fun to see on the big screen. It is. You know, if you're a Sprocket fiend, definitely you got to do it.
Yeah.
But you don't need to with this one. It was still a lot of fun. You just have to be able to not take canon seriously, and that's tough. But if you can put down the canon,
You can
a
put
little
down
bit.
the canon, you have to put down a lot of common sense.
You do.
A lot of it.
You gotta give a lot of this. You gotta give a lot for disbelief. But if you can do that,
I mean, it's
worth it. It's worth if you can do that, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it. But
And that's me really being nice about this one.
But there's a lot of logic. Like we're following people that want to kill us. They're right fucking there.
I know.
Oh, I'm a little kind of mute girl that just wanders into a camp and just kind of cruises around for a good 5 solid minutes.
Yeah.
Walking back and forth between cages and nobody notices.
Nobody
me.
notices.
Oh, there's a hole all of a sudden in the middle of our camp. Don't bother checking it out. Oh,
All right.
The guy that was guarding the things, he's gone all night. Fucking
That made no
went to a
sense.
party
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, that was-
Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's broad daylight and the apes are disappearing.
Oh, gee, one person notices. 300 of them don't.
They're all kind
But
of
one guy notices.
Nobody's watching.
One guy notices.
Yeah.
If you can see past all that, it is a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's not like haha fun.
I'd almost say the comedy from Steve Zahn saves it a lot.
That's really the saving grace.
Because he was
If he wasn't in it, this would be piss poor.
he was really fun, and he wasn't an idiot. He wasn't an imbecile.
No,
he
well,
didn't do
he
stupid things and
kind-
get into dumb situations.
Okay, all those things he did.
But
Everything
he
you
did-
said he did, he did. But you
but
know
he
what? It
didn't do
didn't
it on
matter.
purpose.
It didn't matter. He's a character actor. He did his job.
Yeah, he didn't do it on purpose.
No, he's a
wasn't-
character actor. He did his job.
But he wasn't the dumb one that did
No,
funny things.
he
His
wasn't-
character was just different than the rest
He
of
wasn't
them.
Jar Jar.
Yeah, he wasn't Jar Jar.
No, and that's good.
Yeah,
That's really good.
And like you said, when he came out with that vest and those boots, he was,
It was
fucking
funny.
absolutely adorable.
Right, he was. He was
Let's go.
adorable. So I would say good, not great.
Yeah.
I would say good, not great. That's what I'll
It's
do.
okay, not good.
If you haven't seen the originals, I think people would really like it.
Yeah.
I think if you have seen the originals, you're gonna have the same problems that we do. But if you haven't, that's fine.
Yeah.
You gotta watch the first two of this
I mean,
trilogy,
if you wanted,
and then
you could-
it's good, not great.
The only like one of the few saving graces is that you can watch all 8 movies now.
Yeah. What, in a row?
In a row, and there's a little skip between the end of this one and Planet of the Apes, but they all line up.
They all kind of line up, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, that's why I give it good, not great.
Yeah.
I think good, not great. That's why I give it. Wait for Netflix, wait for Amazon.
Yeah.
Wait for any of those Hulu, any of those services. I would say it's worth that. If you want to see it in the theater, go right ahead. I ain't going to stop you, but you're not missing a great epic here.
Yeah.
It's not like seeing Ben-Hur in the theater. It's not like seeing, Lawrence of Arabia in the theater. It's not like seeing,
Alien. Clockwork Orange. Did you see that?
Clockwork Orange in the theater. That's a good one. I did. That's a good one in the theater. It's not like seeing.
Oh
that
shit!
in the theater.
I remember.
But I mean, what I'm talking about is like the epic movies, like Ben-Hur, like Lawrence of Arabia, like epic movies. Like you gotta see it in the theater for something like that. Gladiator. If you had in 2000, you had to have seen it in the theater. That's the way to see that movie.
I remember when we saw Clockwork Orange in the theater. Some of my friends showed up late.
Oh no!
And I yelled at the top of my lungs. I'm like, "You missed the first beating!"
They did.
They did.
They showed up 20 minutes later.
They missed it. I'm like, "You missed the first beating. We're over here."
Well, you can skip this one in the theater. It's fine. Was it fun in the theater? Yeah. Was it a fun movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're looking for canon in this one, I mean, they drip it in there, but honestly, where they fuck up, they fuck up.
It's kind of
they kind of fuck up in a few unforgivable ways.
It's oddly organically forced.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, why,
I agree.
Why did it have
They
to be
they kind of shove it down your throat to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Because they know it's a trilogy they're finishing. They have to wrap it up, finish it up now.
And that's the thing that
and that's why I say good, not great.
That's the thing that's the thing that the originals had. Yeah. Even Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. In Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, they made it a point to say this, like in the control center, this is happening in other cities because the news is spreading.
Right, exactly.
In these movies, the entire world is reduced down to the California, the western United States seaboard.
Yeah, like that's very northern California.
Yeah, that's it. That's the entire world.
Yeah, that's it.
In the original Planet of the Apes movie, it was the entire world.
It was the entire world.
It was the entire world, and it was logically the entire world.
This one, logic takes a back door.
Yeah.
When you think about it, some of these things. But anyway, good, not great. What do you think? Good, not great?
Just below good.
Below good. Wow. I actually gave it higher than you.
Just below good.
Okay, I found a little bit more good than it, but you saw it twice. You know what?
Yeah.
I wager that if I went and saw this in the theater again, paying hard-earned money to go watch it again, I'd probably line up with you.
Yeah.
But fair enough.
Yeah, I'd say Sprockets. You're gonna see it anyways. Just don't expect much.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's the easiest way to say it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Want to call it a night?
I think so. I think that pretty much says it all.
That's a wrap on Planet of the Apes.
I think so. Yeah.
Back to the cat videos.
Back to the cat videos, my friend.
All right, folks.